This is going to be part number 3 of our series on back squatting. So you've gone through part number 1 and 2. You're doing really well with keeping your core stable and getting some good reps off the ground. Now you're getting prescribed some higher load in your reps and you're like, dang, even no matter what I do, my hips are still rising before my shoulders. I'm still rounding my back a little bit. There's one last huge thing that you need to know before you start squatting some heavy weight on back squats. That's actually with your breath. So we've mastered our hips, we've mastered our shoulders, now we're thinking about our breath. Our breath is the key to keeping a stable core while we squat. Think of your abdomen as a barrel or even a can or some sort of tank filled with air. If you fill your abdomen with air, it will straighten your spine out. If I take a big deep breath in my belly, it fills with air and I hold it, that is going to straighten out my spine. If you watch Olympic lifters or power lifters, before each lift, they take a giant breath in their belly and they hold it throughout the entire lift. They hold down, holding, they breathe it out on the way up. So once you start getting some heavier weight, breathing becomes very key. I'll show you how to do that right here. So I'm going to find my grip, get the bar out, take a step, find my stance, and I'm really pushing some weight today. So I'm going to really focus on my breathing. I got my elbows forward. I'm going to take a big deep breath in my belly. Breathe into my belly and think like I'm raising my body up into the bar. And I'm going to hold it until midway through the ascension. Big deep belly breath. Holding all the way through the bottom. Breathe it out on the way up. Notice how when I take this big deep belly breath, my spine becomes extremely straight and rigid throughout the entirety of the lift. That is going to ensure that you keep your spine straight even under extreme stress. Now that you know how to keep your core super stable through an extreme lift, you need to know how to fail if you might not get a lift. You don't want it to collapse you forward. You want to maintain that good core stability so you don't injure yourself. The best way to fail on a heavy rep is actually to dump the bar backwards if you don't have a spotter. Now, I'm going to put in a disclaimer. I'm always going to recommend having a spotter if you're doing heavy back squats. That's going to be something that's tough to do for a lot of people, especially during COVID times. But if you need to fail on a lift, dumping the bar off of your back is the way to go from the bottom. You're going to be at the bottom and you're going to dump it backwards off of your body. You don't want to get pinned underneath that bar. You're going to risk hurting yourself and developing some other injuries into the future with that. That's going to be the end of our back squatting series. Hope you guys can really crush some weight after this.